Vanna White has become one of television's most recognizable and enduring personalities, thanks largely to her role on Wheel of Fortune. Since 1982, White has graced the show as the co-host and letter turner, a role that initially involved physically turning letters on the puzzle board but has evolved with technology. But recently, Vanna broke a 30-year streak. Join FactsVerse as we present Vanna White missing on Wheel of Fortune for the first time in 30 years. Vanna's absence. Vanna White may be rich, famous, and gorgeous, but she's never let her success go to her head, at least not when it comes to consistency and dedication to her job. The longtime co-host of Wheel of Fortune is legendary for her ability to do her job no matter what's going on in her life. In fact, Vanna has literally not missed an episode of Wheel of Fortune in 30 years, until now. It's been reported that White missed a day of taping recently due to illness. And while most people call in sick now and again, it's a serious departure for the longtime Wheel letter turner. But not to worry, it's not of anything too serious. She was back the next taping day. But it did mean she won't be on 5 episodes of the long-running show because they tape several each day of filming. And while there can sometimes be wiggle room as far as moving the shoot date, the producers were boxed into the dates for that particular day because it was part of Teachers Week. As such, they couldn't postpone the filming because school is about to start and those teachers need to be back in the classroom. In a fitting move, the show had the 2023 California Teacher of the Year, Bridget Donald Blue, fill in for Vanna during her absence. Vanna's previous absences. While Vanna hasn't missed a show in 30 years, there have been occasional times when she's been forced to miss a taping. And by occasional, we mean literally 3 days ever. In 1986, she suffered a horrible tragedy when her fiancé was killed in a plane crash. Vanna took a day off from filming to mourn his loss. She was replaced for the day by Susan Stafford. Then in 1991, after finding love again, White got married and went on a honeymoon. The show agreed it was a great reason to miss a day of work, so she and her new husband, George Santopietro, went on a trip, and Tricia Gist filled in for Vanna on Wheel. The third time was also in 1991 when she was out sick. Tricia filled in for her that day too. Vanna's life. Vanna was born Vanna Marie Rosich on February 18, 1957, in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Her life and career are a blend of perseverance, dedication, and a bit of serendipity. White grew up in South Carolina and following high school moved to Atlanta, where she attended the prestigious Atlanta School of Fashion and Design. Her ambition to be in the entertainment industry led her to move to Los Angeles in the late 70s. While there, she worked as a model and took on small roles in films and TV shows. Her big break came in 1982 when she was selected as one of the 3 substitute hostesses of Wheel of Fortune following the departure of Susan Stafford. Not long after, she became the show's regular hostess. Teamed up with Pat Sajak, Vanna quickly became a household name, known for her graceful presence and the seemingly effortless way she revealed the letters on the game board. Over time, as technology evolved, the physical turning of letters was replaced with touchscreens, but Vanna's charm remained a constant. She's also made cameos in various TV shows and films, often playing herself. She's been a guest on talk shows and even authored an autobiography titled Vanna Speaks in 1987. Moreover, she's an avid crocheter and has a yarn line named Vanna's Choice. White has faced her share of challenges, including the tragic death of her fiancé. She's been married twice and has 2 children from her marriage to restaurateur George Santopietro. Vanna's legacy is that of consistency, grace, and professionalism. She holds a Guinness World Record for television's most frequent clapper, a nod to her enthusiastic applause for Wheel of Fortune contestants. Her enduring presence on the show has made her a beloved figure in American pop culture. Vanna's future. As Pat Sajak rides off into the retirement sunset and Ryan Seacrest takes over hosting duties for the show, many people have been wondering if Vanna will stick around. Well, that's still to be determined, but she has stated she'd like a pay raise. She's currently paid $3 million a year for the show, which is certainly a lot, but it's about 1/5 of what Sajak makes. And although his job is arguably a lot more challenging, Vanna knows how truly valuable she is to the show. As such, she's asking for a higher salary if she were to stick around. Here's hoping she gets one. The history of the show. Wheel of Fortune is one of the longest-running and most popular game shows in television history. It's a mix of word puzzle solving and chance, represented by that iconic spinning wheel. It was created in 1975 by Merv Griffin. The idea was inspired by the game Hangman and the roulette wheel used in casinos. Griffin initially titled it Shopper's Bazaar, with a pilot episode that aired in 1973. However, after some tweaks and some changes, it debuted as Wheel of Fortune on NBC on January 6, 1975. The original format had contestants shopping for prizes with the money they won from solving word puzzles. This shopping element was eventually removed in the late 80s to streamline and speed up the game. Chuck Woolery was the original host, with Susan Stafford as the letter turner. In 81, Pat Sajak took over hosting duties, and a year later, Vanna White replaced Stafford. The duo of Sajak and White became synonymous with the show, creating a long-standing partnership that has endured for decades. The daytime version of the show was a hit, leading to the creation of a syndicated evening version in 1983, which became even more popular. Over the years, the show has seen several format changes, like the introduction of the jackpot, mystery, and million-dollar wedges. The manual puzzle board was replaced with a touchscreen in 1997. Its catchphrases like "I'd like to buy a vowel" have entered everyday language. The show has been parodied in numerous TV shows, movies, and comedy sketches. In recognition of its impact, Wheel of Fortune has received numerous awards and accolades, including several Daytime Emmy Awards. Pat and Ryan. As you've probably heard, longtime host Pat Sajak will be stepping down after decades as host. He'll be replaced by Ryan Seacrest. And fans all over the country are remembering the incredible job Sajak has done over the years and how he's been a big part of American pop culture and TV game show history. Pat was born Patrick Leonard Sajak on October 26, 1946 in Chicago. He grew up there and after high school attended Columbia College in Chicago. While there, he worked as a desk clerk at the Palmer House Hotel. His broadcasting career began in the armed forces. He joined the U.S. Army in 1968 and was sent to Vietnam, where he served as a disc jockey on Armed Forces Radio. Following his military service, he continued his radio career, eventually landing a job as a weatherman for KNBC-TV in Los Angeles in the 70s. His big break came in 1981 when he was selected to replace Chuck Woolery as the host of Wheel of Fortune. With his easygoing charm and wit, Sajak quickly became a favorite among viewers. He briefly had his own late-night talk show, The Pat Sajak Show, which aired on CBS from 1989 to 90. Sajak has also made guest appearances on several TV shows and movies, often playing himself. He's been married to Leslie Brown since 1989, and they have 2 children. Off the set, he's known for his sharp wit, which is evident in his frequent Twitter posts, and has occasionally sparked discussions on various topics. Now it's time to hear from you. Were you surprised to find out Vanna White had not missed a show in 30 years? Let us know in the comments section below.